The single most valuable skill I've developed as a maker isn't machining. It isn't sculpting, woodworking, or CAD. It's the ability to learn. To truly learn. Not giving up when things get hard, but to take a step back, reflect, adapt, and try again. Figuring out how to learn and enjoy the process is what turns a beginner into a competent maker, and a maker into a master. Not that I am one. The pursuit of mastery is a humbling experience and is never ceasing. It's not glamorous. It doesn't happen all at once. But once you realize that every mistake, every failed attempt, every sketch that doesn't become a finished piece is still part of the process, you start to see making in a whole new way. I want to talk about what it means to be a perpetual learner, how it reshapes your mindset, and why it's not just the foundation of better projects, but a better life. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. I think about this quote from time to time when I feel frustrated because it's an astute observation that reeks of truth from experience. Whether I'm 3D printing, woodworking, or trying something totally new, I fail. A lot. In the past, this has made me feel stupid, doubting both myself and my skills. But that failure is never final. Each one has handed me a new piece of insight, and honestly, some of the best breakthroughs I've had came directly from screwing things up. Failure happens naturally, but learning from those failures is an intentional process. It requires determination in the face of uncertainty, persistence without reward. There is no instant gratification. The process is the point. When you have success after facing adversity, it is most certainly sweet, but that feeling is fleeting. The grind is your friend. Become comfortable with the grind and learn to enjoy. It will always be there waiting for you. Over time, I've worked in a lot of different media: jewelry, sculpture, machining, woodworking, blacksmithing, 3D printing, and even sewing. And here's what I've found. The more you learn, the more you realize it's all connected. The materials change. The tools vary, but the core principles, they can be surprisingly similar. It's all about shaping, transforming, and understanding material behavior. Delving into the science of things will help you understand how materials work on a deeper level. For instance, both metal and wood have grains. Although different, these grains play a critical role in the hardness or softness of both materials and define their breaking points. Knowing this can help you avoid metal fatigue or conceive how wood will respond to a chisel. Understanding tolerances in machining makes you better at designing fits for 3D printing functional parts. When you learn across disciplines, everything you know becomes richer. It builds this deep, interconnected understanding that you just can't deny. On the other hand, making can be shallow, especially when you're starting out. Sometimes you follow a hunch, throw parts together and hope it works. And sometimes it does. But real growth comes when you stop at that moment and ask, why did this work? When you begin asking why, you're not just making anymore, you're analyzing, you're improving. That's where mastery begins. Not with perfection, but with curiosity. That's what separates a person who dabbles from someone who builds skill intentionally. Taking hunches and asking questions will help you be a better maker. What's wild is how much this mindset spills over into everything else. Learning to learn doesn't just make you better in the shop. It makes you better in life. You stop avoiding problems. You start breaking them down. You become more adaptable, more creative, more confident that you can figure things out. And that applies whether you're troubleshooting a broken washing machine, managing time, starting a business, or navigating something as human as parenting. Being a perpetual learner teaches resilience, humility, and the courage to improve even when you don't have all the answers. You can find your own over time. So if you're feeling stuck and your project didn't come out right, or you're on your third failed attempt, good. You're in the zone where real growth happens. Keep showing up, keep asking questions, and keep being curious about the reasons why. Leave a comment below and tell me what you're learning right now, what you're struggling with, and what you're excited about. Let's build a space where makers don't just share their wins, they share what they're learning about too. Because that's where the real value is. Be a better maker.
Soon we must all face the choice between what is right and what is easy. it's only a dream. Nothing is really what